Pythagoras. You've probably heard the name in math class, something about triangles and the Pythagoras theorem. But here's the thing, Pythagoras wasn't just a mathematician. He was a philosopher, a teacher, and someone who dedicated his life to uncovering the secrets of the universe. And these secrets weren't just about numbers, but about all of life and living it. In his teachings are life lessons that could help you overcome challenges, find clarity, and lead a life of purpose. Lessons so timeless, they've endured for over 2,500 years. By the end of this video, you'll understand why men throughout history have been drawn to Pythagoras' teachings, and why you'll wish you'd known these lessons earlier. So stay with me, because what you're about to discover might just be the most important thing you've learned in a long time. 1. The power of silence and reflection. In a world that's so loud and busy, the idea of silence might feel strange, maybe even uncomfortable. But for Pythagoras, silence wasn't just about the absence of noise. It was about creating space for clarity, understanding, and self-discovery. Pythagoras believed that silence was a form of discipline, a way to calm the mind and let deeper truths come to the surface. He even encouraged his students to practice periods of silence regularly. Because in silence, you can truly hear not just the sounds around you, but your own thoughts, your intuition, and even the wisdom of the world itself. Think about how much noise we deal with every day. Notifications, conversations, the endless stream of content on social media. It's easy to get caught up in it all and lose sight of what's really important. But when was the last time you sat quietly, without distractions, and just thought, or better yet, listened? Silence also has power in relationships. Pythagoras taught that listening was far more valuable than talking. By truly listening, not just waiting for your turn to speak, you can understand others on a much deeper level. It builds trust, strengthens connections, and helps avoid unnecessary conflict. But silence isn't just for communication, it's also for reflection. In those quiet moments, you get the chance to ask yourself important questions. Am I heading in the right direction? What do I really want? What can I do better? Reflection gives you the opportunity to learn from your past and plan for your future. You don't need hours of silence to start feeling the benefits. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day can make a difference. Maybe it's during a walk in nature, while sipping your morning coffee, or just sitting quietly before bed. These moments allow your mind to reset and refocus. So here's something to try. Make space for silence in your day. It doesn't have to be long or complicated, just a few minutes of intentional quiet. Use that time to reflect, to listen, and to reconnect with yourself. 2. The law of cause and effect. Everything you do, every choice, every word, every action creates a ripple. Pythagoras believed that nothing happens by chance. The life you live today is shaped by the decisions you made yesterday, and the life you'll have tomorrow depends on what you do today. This idea is known as the law of cause and effect. It's simple. What you put out into the world, you get back. Act with kindness, and kindness finds its way back to you. Spread negativity, and you'll find yourself surrounded by it. But Pythagoras took this idea even further. He believed that consequences don't just follow us in this life, they carry over into the next. To him, the soul was on a journey, moving through different lifetimes, shaped by the choices we make. He called this metempsychosis, the idea that the soul is reborn over and over again. Each life is a chance to grow, to learn, and to correct past mistakes. Think about it. If your actions today determine what comes next, wouldn't you want to be more intentional? Imagine if every small decision, what you say, how you treat people, how you react in difficult moments, was building the foundation of your future. Because according to Pythagoras, it is. So what does this mean for us? It means responsibility. It means self-awareness. It means understanding that you are not a victim of fate, you are its author. If your life isn't where you want it to be, look at your actions, your habits, your choices. What patterns are repeating? What can you change? Pythagoras believed that by living with wisdom, discipline, and integrity, we can break free from negative cycles and move towards something better. It's not about punishment, it's about growth. Every action sets something in motion, and the power to shape what comes next, that's in your hands. 3. The concept of simplicity. Pythagoras believed that simplicity wasn't a limitation, it was a key to freedom. He taught that living simply, without unnecessary clutter or excess, allowed the mind to focus on what truly mattered. In his view, a simple life was a peaceful life, Think about how complicated our modern lives can get. We're surrounded by endless choices, material possessions, and distractions. It's easy to think that having more stuff, more money, more everything will make us happier. But has it ever? Pythagoras would argue that all those extras often weigh us down rather than lift us up. Simplicity, at its core, is about focusing on what's essential. It's about asking yourself, what truly brings me joy? What do I really need? When you remove the noise, you make space for what matters most, whether it's meaningful relationships, personal growth, or simply peace of mind. This doesn't mean you have to give up everything and live in a cave. It could be as simple as decluttering your home, saying no to commitments that don't serve you, or setting boundaries with technology. Even small changes can create a sense of calm and clarity. Pythagoras taught that simplicity isn't just about material things, it's also about your mindset. Let go of unnecessary worries and overthinking. Focus on solutions, not problems. In simplicity, there's strength. So here's a challenge for you. Take a moment to identify one thing in your life that's creating unnecessary stress or distraction. Then ask yourself, can I let this go? Because when you simplify, you free up energy for the things that truly matter. 4. The power of self-discipline. Pythagoras believed that self-discipline wasn't just a skill, it was the foundation of a successful and meaningful life. He taught that in order to achieve anything great, you first needed to master yourself. Without self-control, even the best intentions fall apart. Think about it. How often do we get caught up in distractions, scrolling on our phones, binge-watching TV, or procrastinating on things we know we should do? It's easy to let life pull us in 100 different directions, but Pythagoras would remind us that true freedom comes from discipline. He believed that structure and order weren't restrictive, they were liberating. By setting rules for your life and sticking to them, you gain the power to focus on what truly matters. Imagine waking up every morning with a clear sense of purpose, knowing exactly what steps you need to take to move closer to your goals. That's what self-discipline offers. In today's world, this could look like creating a morning routine, sticking to a fitness plan, or setting boundaries for how you spend your time. The small, consistent choices you make every day are what build a strong foundation for your future. Ask yourself, what's one area of your life where you could benefit from more discipline? Is it your health, your work, or maybe even your relationships? Start small. Choose one habit to work on and commit to it. As Pythagoras might say, mastering yourself is the first step to mastering the world around you. 5. The balance of mind, body, and soul. Pythagoras believed that a truly fulfilling life comes from balance, not just in how we spend our time, but in how we care for our mind, body, and soul. To him, these three parts of us were deeply connected, like the strings of a musical instrument. If one string is too tight or too loose, the harmony is lost. But when all three are in tune, life feels right. Let's break this down. Your mind is where your thoughts, ideas, and decisions come from. It's the tool you use to plan your future and solve problems. Pythagoras believed that a strong and curious mind was essential for living wisely. But if all you do is think and overthink without taking care of your body or your spirit, you can end up feeling drained and out of balance. Then there's your body, your physical self. Pythagoras valued physical health, believing that your body is like a temple. It's what carries you through life, and neglecting it affects everything else. Think about it. When you're tired, sick, or out of shape, even the best ideas in the world can feel impossible to act on. He encouraged a healthy lifestyle, eating nutritious foods, exercising, and treating your body with respect. And finally, your soul, or your inner self, what some might call your spirit. Pythagoras taught that nurturing your soul means seeking purpose, connecting with others, and reflecting on your values. It's about asking the deeper questions. Why am I here? What truly matters to me? The real magic happens when you give equal attention to all three: mind, body, and soul. In today's world, that might mean reading or learning something new to sharpen your mind, making time to move your body through exercise, and practicing mindfulness or gratitude to nurture your spirit. So here's a question for you. Are you giving enough attention to each part of yourself? Or is one being neglected? The balance might feel tricky at first, but it's worth it. A life where all three are in harmony is a life where you can show up as your best self every single day. 6. The pursuit of knowledge and truth. For Pythagoras, knowledge wasn't just something you gained to pass a test or solve a problem. It was the key to understanding life itself. He believed that the pursuit of truth was one of the most important journeys anyone could take. To him, learning wasn't just about facts and figures. It was about discovering the deeper patterns and principles that shape the world. Think about it. The more you understand, the better you can navigate life. Whether it's learning about your finances, relationships, or even how to cook a new meal, knowledge gives you power. But it's not just about learning for the sake of it. It's about seeking truth. Pythagoras taught that truth brings clarity and direction, while ignorance only leads to confusion. In today's world, the pursuit of knowledge is easier than ever. You have access to endless information through books, videos, and the internet. But here's the catch: are you using it? Pythagoras would remind us to stay curious, to ask questions, and to challenge what we think we know. Curiosity is what pushes us to grow and evolve. But knowledge isn't just about collecting information, it's about applying it. Learning without action doesn't lead to wisdom. Ask yourself, what's one area of my life where I could grow if I learned something new? Whether it's improving your career, bettering your health, or understanding yourself on a deeper level, there's always room to grow. Pythagoras would also remind us to be mindful of the sources of our knowledge. Seek truth, not opinions. Find mentors, books, or resources that help you dig deeper instead of settling for surface-level understanding. And remember, learning doesn't stop when school ends. It's a lifelong process. So stay curious, keep asking questions, and never stop seeking the truth. 7. Mastery of relationships and community. Pythagoras believed that no one could live a truly fulfilling life in isolation. He taught that harmonious relationships and contributing to your community were essential parts of a meaningful existence. After all, we're social beings, and our connections to others shape our lives in profound ways. When it came to relationships, Pythagoras emphasized balance and mutual respect. He believed that treating others with kindness and fairness created harmony, not just between individuals, but within society. But Pythagoras didn't stop at personal relationships. He also believed in the importance of community. To him, contributing to something larger than yourself wasn't just noble, it was necessary. By helping others and giving back, you create a ripple effect of positivity that spreads far beyond your immediate circle. In today's world, this could mean volunteering, supporting local businesses, or simply being there for someone who needs help. Even small acts of kindness can make a big difference. So here's something to reflect on. How are you showing up in your relationships? Are you giving as much as you're receiving? And what are you doing to contribute to your community? Pythagoras believed that when we strengthen our connections with others, we also strengthen ourselves. It's through these relationships and contributions that we find a sense of purpose and belonging. 8. The idea of immortality through actions. Pythagoras believed that true immortality wasn't about living forever. It was about the impact you leave behind. He taught that your actions, no matter how small, create ripples that can last far beyond your lifetime. In his view, the legacy you build through your choices, values, and contributions is what keeps your spirit alive in the world. Think about it for a moment. Every decision you make, every action you take, influences others in ways you might not even realize. A kind word to a stranger, mentoring someone, or creating something meaningful, it all adds up. The effects of these actions can echo through generations. Pythagoras believed that living with purpose was the key to creating a lasting legacy. He taught his followers to focus on what truly matters, the things that bring value to others, the relationships we nurture, and the principles we stand for. He would say that living a good life isn't just about success or fame. It's about the positive mark you leave on the world. In today's world, this teaching feels more relevant than ever. It's easy to get caught up in chasing short-term goals or material achievements. But at the end of the day, what will people remember about you? Is it the car you drove or the way you made them feel? Is it the size of your paycheck or the kindness you showed? These are the questions Pythagoras would urge us to consider. Living with legacy in mind doesn't mean you need to do something earth-shattering. Even small, consistent actions can create a meaningful impact. Supporting a loved one, sharing your knowledge, or simply being a good role model, these are the things that truly matter. So here's something to think about. What kind of legacy do you want to leave? Are you living in a way that aligns with that vision? If not, what's one change you can make today to start building the life you'll be proud to look back on? Pythagoras believed that immortality wasn't reserved for the gods. It's something each of us can achieve, one action at a time. And the sooner we start living with this awareness, the stronger our impact will be. If there's one thing Pythagoras wants us to remember, it's this: A meaningful life isn't built on chance, it's built on choices. Let's reflect on the wisdom we've uncovered. According to Pythagoras, everything you do today affects all of your tomorrows and is constantly shaping your life. Self-discipline is the foundation of all success. Without it, even the best intentions fall apart. He reminded us to find balance between our mind, body, and soul because harmony within ourselves creates harmony in our lives. He showed us the power of silence and reflection, teaching us to listen, not just to others, but to our inner selves. We learned the value of lifelong learning and curiosity, the pursuit of truth that keeps us growing. Pythagoras also emphasized the importance of relationships and community, reminding us that we're not meant to walk this journey alone. He showed us that simplicity is a gift, a way to free ourselves from distractions and focus on what truly matters. Finally, Pythagoras left us with a powerful idea, that immortality isn't about living forever. It's about living in a way that your actions and values ripple through time. Now, here's the big question. How will you take these teachings and use them in your own life? You don't have to change everything all at once. Start small. Maybe it's setting a daily habit to practice discipline or carving out time for quiet reflection. Maybe it's reconnecting with a loved one, simplifying your life, or simply asking yourself, what kind of legacy am I building? The wisdom of Pythagoras isn't meant to sit on a shelf or stay in ancient books. It's meant to be lived. It's meant to guide you toward a life filled with purpose, balance, and impact. So, as we wrap up, I leave you with one final thought from Pythagoras. Above all things, respect yourself. When you respect yourself, you align with your true potential. And when you align with your potential, you can create a life that's not only meaningful to you, but also leaves a lasting legacy for others. Now it's your turn to take these lessons and apply them. After all, the best way to honor this wisdom is to live it. If you made it this far, thank you for being awesome. Remember to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more awesome videos. See you in the next video.